get this bad boy going. Lovely. SRAM, a little bit easier building a Shimano because there's 2 wires less to route through the frame. It's just not such a big deal. When it comes to shifting, SRAM definitely mountain. I prefer Shimano on the road, but this is what the customer prefers, so we gotta do it. We gotta do it that way.
Seen any gravel boards with Shimano?
Not, yeah, but not close as many as with SRAM. I think it's like a 9:1 ratio. 9 SRAM, 1 Shimano.
Do you think the new wireless shifting derailleur is going to change anything?
We're waiting. I'm waiting because I'm a Shimano fan, especially on the road. I'm actually quite keen to see what the new electronic is gonna be like for Shimano, but yeah, patiently.
I'm not really going to worry too much about it.
Perfect. So we're only going to make use of one of these. There's only one going to the back.
What have you got in your hands there?
That is almost what they use in the aircon business. So it's a sleeve for the pipes. It's literally just for the brake hose. For that annoy rattle that you'll take that away. With routing and stuff, they've improved so much. I mean, I've got this lovely grommet that will keep everything secure. We're going to push that through there now. I just want to get another cable guide there. I'm going to pull everything out at once. In fact, actually not going to need those. I'll just take it off.
Alright, so what do we have there?
It's actually a nice CSixx ceramic speed. Back now. Let's feel that. Surely you can feel it is butter smooth. Yeah, regarding these BBs, is the nice thing is literally you get the cup casing stays forever, permanent. If the bearing has to go in whatever lifespan, you can just replace the bearings instead of getting a whole new bottom bracket unit, which is unnecessary. Yes, there we go. This is actually quite nice from these, if you want to call it aftermarket type bottom bracket bearings. Not like Shimano and SRAM, it's sealed units where obviously you can get them in ceramic, but it's going to be aftermarket. But here you literally just pop in how new bearings need to be.
T47. Is that what you want to see?
Love it. Nice big thread. Obviously a lot, yeah, more material contact, and with that it's just tend to be less known to creak. Obviously you've got to make it as tight. Oh. Okay, and then obviously there's always this general question that a lot of people ask about the frame being faced correctly. For a lot of guys that don't understand or what it's about, it's basically you want this cup and the frame must be aligned where it basically makes 100% contact, not 99%. Obviously with better quality produced frames, I mean, you can see obviously afterwards, you can see obviously they sprayed it, you can see obviously a bit of spray overlap, that's any frame, and you can see it's been refaced as well, obviously to get this contact surface 100% against there. If this is slightly skew, obviously you only get contact, let's say 1/3 or 2/3 around, then you always have the problem with the creaking bottom bracket with that last bit of movement all the time. That's what's happening, and that's what they call about facing the bottom bracket, to have it 100% flush both sides, for the bottom bracket to sit 100% flush. You're talking about literally not even millimeters, you're talking about microns, but that is what makes the difference from a quiet bike to a creaky bike. Then regarding the grease I put in the BB, a lot of oaks are still old-fashioned, thinking it's the old open ball bearing type, and put as much in there as what they can. Literally, it is basically, you only need a little bit on the thread. It's just for it to go in there smoothly, and for that final bit of tightening, to get a more accurate reading as well with the torque setting if it needs to be torqued, because you can get a false reading with pieces of aluminium causing friction, and then instead of getting to 45 to 50 Newton meters, it can be up to 10 Newton meters less. But that you can also figure out when screwing in the bottom bracket. Sometimes you can feel there might be a little bit of a friction, and you can work around it or just clean out the threads. That goes in, I mean, frictionless. Sorry, ek is eintlik Afrikaans, so my Engels is altyd so lekker nie. So, I mean, I can tighten this in perfectly all the way by hand. Now it's just going to torque it with the tool. That's it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. There she is.
That's beautiful. You can't quite see the color of the frame there, but what CSixx have done here is incredible. Can you tell me about CSixx, right?
So I've been working quite a lot. Well, we've been ordering quite a lot from them. Great product and great service. I think it's all about service for me. You know, there's no point having a great product and not giving great service. Very sufficient service, great product, quick delivery time, and there's a big market out there. And I'm so happy to see how these guys are growing. We do a lot of business with them. Yes, it just works. They can custom make, as this one, different colors, different sizes. Obviously, it's a longer lead time, but they can make almost anything that you would want.
Talk to me about that offset for anyone that doesn't know about an offset, and they go look at the size.
So offset, a lot of oaks. Well, I could started at a 0 mil offset and then 3 mil. Most gravel bikes uses a 6 mil, actually 6.5 from SRAM to be exact, but 6 mil, that 1 mil won't make such a difference. Yeah, so the offset is literally, as you can see, that angle from where it bolts on there to where it sits here. That's 6 mils from there to there. The reason for that being, it's all got to do with chain line. Obviously, if that would have been a 0 mil offset and you have the highest gear at the back, I mean, the chain is going to be at such a great angle. It will just make such a horrible grating sound because of the angle, where the chaining out so quickly. And yeah, it will just feel horrible. So you want to have the chain line sort of, when your chain is in the middle of the cassette and you stand behind the bike, the chain should be sort of 99% straight. That's also with the professional guys, like in the Tour de France or time trial specialists, especially Ghana, where they sort of look at the course and see what the course is like. Then from that perspective, then they decide on what chain they're going to run in front. The reason behind that is to run the chain again in the middle of the cassette, because the straighter the chain is, the less friction you've got. And that's actually how advanced the sport has become. Obviously at that level, every split second counts. That's all we'll see Ghana riding 62 plus chain rings in some of the time trials he does. All about chain line, all about friction.
You see that Lourens ran a CSixx chainring in the Olympics and Tour de France.
Yes, yes.
Cool, eh?
It's so great. I know I've heard a little bit behind the scenes. I haven't followed up, but CSixx is making good progress internationally. Yeah. Yeah. So I know they've already started with Australia as well.
Yeah, that's right.
It's great. It's just great to see a South African brand going that big. It's also just unbelievable how the cycling has grown in South Africa. Obviously, mountain biking all boomed with the Cape Epic that started how many years ago. That was a big boom to mountain biking in South Africa. And all of a sudden now, it's the gravel bike scene. It's just unbelievable. I mean, there's so many gravel races out there, weekends away. It's safe for, like, if you don't want to do the technical crazy stuff like me. That's the type of riding I prefer, is gravel riding. So there we go. With these Tokai aluminium bolts, they've went away from the 3 to the 8. Obviously just better surface contact. Just be careful though, aluminium, they should only be 4 Newton meters. You can strip it quite easy, but they are available aftermarket. I mean, a lot of bikes, you get chain drop, you damage the frame. Some brands, it's got a small plate this side or wherever. Eventually, they do come off, you struggle to find. They don't come off that easy, but it can happen. I'll supply you with this sticker kit, obviously to protect it. And the nice thing is, if the chain drops and it does get damaged, you can always replace it at a later stage. Okay, let's see, I'm jumping the gun here a little bit. These wheels are obviously also coming from Elves, and I love wheels, building wheels, playing with wheels. So let's first of all see what's happening on the inside, which is very important. First of all, this specific model here also comes with ceramic speed bearings. There we go with the model. Lovely. That's what you want to see. That is what you want to see with the star ratchet system, and it's got 52 engagement points. Much better than any other type of configuration. That's what you want. You almost get immediately engagement. Where if I get another free body for you quickly, if you can hold in a second, I'll show you what I talk about. Less engagement. Fashion 3-pole system, standard. This is a Bontrager up. You can use either 3 or 6, so you can, there's obviously no pause at the moment, you can upgrade, and then obviously you get the star ratchet system. That is even better. Just your engagement is so much quicker, don't have any dead spots, especially on mountain biking, gravel biking. It just makes that split second engagement so much quicker. There we go. There she is. I just wanted to have a squish there quickly what that looks like. You can feel the butter. And that sound, if you know wheels, you immediately notice that is a star ratchet system there. Also with this type of build, so it's what we call a mullet system. So this is a mountain bike cassette, which we're going to fit at the back. Obviously, your whole gear ratio is just so much greater than what you go with a normal 1044, 1046 maybe. I mean, here you go all the way up to 52. You got all the gears in the world you need. Also with that, obviously, we're going to fit a mountain bike rear derailleur, which you have to accommodate for that. Also, what is nice about this new model Elves bike, it is accommodates for the new T-type from SRAM. So we're going to lose this derailleur hanger. This is going to come off. This is going to mount direct on here. In the older days, it would have been on the side. Obviously, they redesigned frames and derailleurs. This will go behind. So you basically flush with the frame. So the possibility of something hitting your derailleur and breaking the derailleur hanger is, I'm going to say, it's not there anymore, because you can get a hit from the side, but so much more safer, so much more streamlined, so much more direct. I mean, mounted to the through axle, so much more stiffer again. So we're 95% there. Like you say, there's a heartbeat. All we have to do now is fit the chain, tune the gears. Last thing is fit the handlebar tape, saddle bottle cages, final touches. As everyone knows, obviously with the new GX T-type, you go look on the internet to work out the chain length. If you type in obviously on Google search just Eagle T-type chain length, it will come up with all the necessary questions. Drop bar, which is in case is a drop bar, it will ask you the chain stay length, which is basically measured from the middle, from the axle to the middle of the BB. In this case, it's 430. Type in chainring size, which is 42, and press enter, and it tells me it's 120 link, which will work on a 42. A 42 tooth chaining and a 40 tooth chaining. So let's fit the chain quickly. Get this up and running. Yeah.
Well, that factory tour is really cool. Let's go.
Jeez. There she is.
Good feedback. Lourens, the build is done. First ride under the belt. What was your experience like building the Elves Mori?
This was absolutely an amazing, straightforward, easy build out the box. Not gonna lie to you, so well presented from the factory, the packaging, all supplied, separate parts, all the different type of routings. No hassles, no hang-ups. It's like building a 12-piece puzzle for a 8-year-old kid, basically. That's what it's about.
Do you mind running through the bike front to back and just explaining some component choices? You can touch on Groupset, you can touch on wheels, whatever strikes you as you're running through it. Just talk us through the bike front to back.
Perfect. So straightforward, quality-wise, I'm quite impressed. And obviously I took it for a spin myself, as I take every bike that I built for a ride, just to test obviously gears, brakes, stiffness-wise, unbelievable. The whole, what can I say, quality of build with the SRAM 4s, group set here, which we've mulleted, obviously with a 1052 at the back, obviously for a wider gear ratio. Works brilliant. Custom-made CSixx chainring there, obviously to gain that extra speed, and you've got enough in the climbs. Quality of the wheels is insane as well. I must say, I like working on wheels, building wheels, the way the hub is designed. Brilliant. I obviously opened it up to see myself, like the noise. No hidden agenda here. The routing is so easy and open and comfortable. Literally, it was basically just a rear brake hose in the front, which probably took 2 minutes to put in, and that was it. Came with a ceramic speed BB, very, very good quality. Yeah, it is just unbelievable. Everything is smooth, everything is subtle, everything just fits in perfectly together with the stem, with the handlebar. What is quite nice with this build, you do get different headset spaces to accommodate for any other aftermarket type of handlebar with different type of routing. It will all still look quite hidden and supple. Obviously this is the handlebar from the factory designed for this frame. Otherwise, yes, everything perfect, quality, easy.
Are there any tools, if someone is building this bike at home, you think they might not have in their garage?
The only things that I think, except for your normal Allen keys, is going to be your T47 BB tool, just to thread the BB in. That's one thing you're going to need. And if you have to do the brakes, bleed them, you're going to need a bleeding kit. The rest is so straightforward.
Was there anything you noticed that you would change? If it was your bike, that could be chainring size, it could be group set setup. We know you've done Shimano. How would you expect this bike for Lourens?
Like I said, I'm a Shimano fan when it comes to road. When it comes to mountain biking, gravel, nothing beats SRAM at the moment, except for the new Shimano electronic that's coming, that we're all waiting for to see the quality. But so far, this is the way I would have done it. Definitely, chainring size is perfect. Got your whole gear span is more than enough there. Not the perfect size bike for me though, but that doesn't matter. I mean, I might have to go for one size smaller. In fact, I might be able to make this one work.
Lourens, it's been an absolute pleasure doing this build with you. We hope to do some from behind the scenes here, gear change, maybe a nice Madone Project 1 build, anything along those lines. Thank you for working with us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Anytime, and thanks for Active Hobo for letting us build this beautiful machine and sharing it with all you guys out there. Hope to see you guys soon.